Hello and welcome to the MAC weather page for this Tuesday, February 28th, and we got some strong storms that will be possible across southern lower Michigan here later this afternoon into tonight. So the headlines are we got those strong storms expected across the southern part of the state. Up here in mid-Michigan, northern Michigan, we could see some thunderstorms, and then it looks like a pretty soggy night tonight with rain widespread. And we could see many areas between a ½ inch to an inch, or maybe even a little more of that as far as precipitation. And that'll include the chance for some snow later on tomorrow into tomorrow night. Best bet looks like tomorrow evening, tomorrow night would have our best chance of accumulating snows. And again, mainly a trace amount once you get south of I-94, maybe an inch or two up around the Lansing area, and about 2 to 5 inches of snow for places like Newaygo and Breckenridge off to the north. And again, you get up to northeastern lower Michigan, they can see over a ½ foot of snow. And you can see the extended outlooks again near to above normal with precipitation beginning to become more normal here once we get into week 2. If we look at the normals of the day, our normal high is 35, the normal low is 17. And we do have a shot at breaking the precipitation record. It'll be a tough one to break, but 9,800s back in 1902, and we need that to fall before midnight tonight. If we look at the coldest and warmest temperatures across the lower 48 yesterday, the hot spot 93 degrees at McAllen, Texas, and the low temperature 12 below zero at Wakefield in Champion, Michigan. If we look at the outlooks before we began this winter back in the late fall, and here are some of the winter forecasts for temperatures. You can see this particular one was from NOAA showing that coldest air coming into the Dakotas and not quite making it into the Great Lakes, but they predicted warmer than normal across the southern states. And if we look at the Weather Bell forecast, they predicted the coldest air to be centered across the Great Lakes in the upper Midwest, with the warmest across the Southwest. But they also do have an extension of that cold air back to the Northwest, and that's certainly where it did verify. If we look at the Weather Channel, they did quite well as far as the mid-Mississippi Valley, as far as being warm. But definitely they missed the boat out west, and we'll show you the actual forecast. And I actually was kind of a blend between Weather Bell and NOAA. I expected that the coldest would be across Minnesota, Wisconsin, into parts of Iowa, and into Michigan, and then into the mid-Atlantic states off to the north. I thought that'd be the cold spot. Obviously, that did not work at all for really any of the forecasters, but the Weather Channel did a good job across the center of the nation. And you can see the coldest areas turned out to be out here in the Pacific Northwest, where we had that big cooling of the Pacific, and that continued to move across the Pacific right on to near the shoreline, and thus we had a trough set out west, and we expected that cold water to remain a little bit farther out into the Pacific with some warm water hugging the coastline. So we didn't expect we'd see more of a permanent trough out there, but that's exactly what happened. So you can see December, we ended up at 0.2 below normal, but look at January, 5.2, and then February we're at 8.3 degrees above normal. So that gives us a total winter, meteorological winter of December, January, and February of plus 4.43, which is extremely above normal. So definitely nothing like what many of the analogs had forecasted and what many of us thought. So you just never know. If we look at the snow cover, you can see it's been, if we can click this on here, it's been 22 days now without an inch of snow on the ground, 24 days without an inch of snow on the ground, and it's been 22 days with less than a ½ inch of snow on the ground right now, so no snow cover. But then again, no cold temperatures. And look at the coldest temperatures of the season, down to about 3 to above zero, and that was for basically a day or so. You can see, so it's been a rather mild winter out there with no sub-zero temperatures at all. December got off to a great start with lots of snow. Now this morning across the area, temperatures pretty mild, mid-30s to around 40. And again, we got rain and thunderstorms that's going to be moving into the area. And you can see on the satellite view the big pineapple connection of moisture coming up from the Pacific, and that's going to feed a lot of moisture into much of the nation here over the next couple of days. And with some cold air trying to come in, we're going to see some of that in the form of snow across the state. Again, looks like some strong thunderstorms. You can see on satellite this morning some of these colder cloud tops developing some thunderstorms across the area, and then we'll get a little break, and then I think we got a better chance of stronger storms and a more significant rainfall moving in for later on this afternoon into tonight. If we look at the radar out there, you can see some of those thunderstorms moving across the areas around Muskegon now, coming across Central Lake Michigan and across southeast lower Michigan, Blissfield, Jasper, likely getting some pretty good rain out there this morning. And if we take a look at the next screenshot, you can see the weather map this morning. Several low pressure systems up and along this boundary layer that's going to move across the Great Lakes, and just to the south of that, a large area of severe storms are expected for today. Looks like even an enhanced area could be found across parts of the Ohio Valley. So there could definitely be some tornadic activity here over the next couple of days. And if we look at the forecast map by tomorrow, the main system now will be coming up into northern Illinois, or Indiana, heading towards southeast lower Michigan. And again, we got to watch this area. I think there's a good chance we could see some significant snow. If you're up around Alpena, Harrisville, up in that area, don't be surprised to see if you see 6, 7, 8, 9 inches of snow here out of this system, and possibly as much as 4 inches down to around the Saginaw Valley area. And again, a large area of severe weather off to our southeast. And if we look at the forecast map by Thursday morning, that cold front now through the area, we got another kind of a clipper-like type system that'll be moving to our south. That should bring some more snow showers across the area for Thursday. But again, so we're going to return back to our winter weather pattern here, at least for a few days, and we should have some snow on the ground, especially across the northern areas of MAC and LAC. And as far as that severe weather outlook, you can see the very large area of enhanced area of severe storms from parts of Missouri up into Indiana and Illinois and back down towards Arkansas. And again, those areas are under the gun, I think, for some pretty good shots at tornado activity. As far as the area, the only areas that's going to be under a marginal risk is Blissfield, Jasper, and Tupperville. So do keep an eye on the sky if you live across southeast lower Michigan. I think all the areas will have a chance of seeing some thunderstorms, however. And if we look at the forecast precipitation just over the next 3 days, you can see much of the area going to pick up an inch or more of rain down around the southeast part of the state, maybe as much as 1.5 inches. And over the next 7 days, we expect much of the area to pick up over 1 inch to as much as 2 inches of rain, especially across far southeast lower Michigan. And as far as snowfall goes, you can see many areas could see around 2 to 5 inches once you get around the Tri-Cities area, especially off into the northeast lower Michigan. This is at the 75th percentile of the potential for this storm. 50% would bring the 2-inch line down around the St. John's, Alma area off to the north. So we'll have to keep an eye on this. It looks like we could see some decent snow once you get up into central and northern lower Michigan. And on to Weather Watch, pretty quiet out there now, but later on this afternoon you'll see lots of severe weather watches, most likely severe thunderstorm warnings and such. And then we got a red flag warning for portions of Missouri back into Kansas for the fire danger due to very dry conditions and vegetation. Thanks for stopping by and have yourself a great day, and 73s to all.